Hey everyone, this is JoJo, and I'm here to do a book haul for you. These are all books I got part of September and part of October. I think mostly it's October. There's a lot of books, so I might split this up into two videos. These books right now I might show you now because I don't want to make it too long because I'm still waiting for a package for a book of the month, and yeah, so I might do the second book haul later towards the end of the month or something like that. So yeah, so most of these books are mostly like thrift store books and Dollar Tree books. So yeah, let's see. Here, I'm trying to put things in order. Oh, I forgot all about these. Alright, toss that over there. So I got a bag. Sorry for all the little noises here. So I'm gonna start with the thrift store, one of the thrift store books. Not one, but like the thrift store books I got first. So this thrift store I got, it was further from my house. We was doing something like looking for clothes for my dad. So I, of course, pick up a few books. So I'm just gonna go pick randomly. So the first book I got here is Likewood. I think that's how you pronounce it. And this is by Carol Goodman. And this is the first book in the series. And I do not know what it's about. All I know is something to do with elite boarding school. A girl named Ava. And guess she goes to this boarding school, and she's trying to unravel her family's murky past and find the mysterious boy who once saved her life. So yeah, I don't know if it could be a fantasy, could look kind of fantasy-like, or maybe paranormal, but it's interesting. I remember the first time this came out, like, I don't know, I think a few years ago. When this came out, yeah, 2013. I remember this came out and it seemed really interesting. I always wanted to check it out, so I finally got a copy, and it's in very good condition too. So yeah, get that. Oh Lord, help me. Alright, next I got here is The Skull Mantra by Elliot Pattinson. And I do not know what this is about. Let's see here. It's a novel. I don't know if it's like a thriller. They say it's a gripping thriller. I don't know if it's a fantasy or is a mythology fantasy, but maybe more set in modern times, but not really sure. But it's I don't know. Maybe I should read some of it. Let me see. Let me start with here. Yeah. Okay, The Skull Mantra is ranked with Gorky Park and Similar Sense of Snow. What? As a novel as much about a people and a place, the Tipintons of the High Himalayas, as it is a gripping thriller. Yeah, that's just confusing. The corpse is missing its head and is dressed in American clothes. Found by a Tibetan prison work gang on a windy cliff, the grisly remains clearly belongs to someone too important for Chinese authority to bury and forget. So the case is handed to veteran police inspector Sean Tao Jun. I don't know if I pronounced that name right. Medical. Clever Shang is the best man for the job, but he too is a prisoner, deported to Tibet for offending someone high up in Beijing's power structure. Granted a temporary release, Shang is soon pulled into the desperate fight for his sacred mountains in a Chinese. So it could do with something like mystery thriller, maybe some fantasy, and some mystery maybe. I don't know. It just seemed really interesting and got a mixture of genre going on here. Maybe something to do with historical fiction too, but yeah, seemed interesting. Got this. Sorry for the struggle of describing what that book is about because I do not know what it's about really. Next here we got is Burning Blue by Paul Griffin. I remember I checked this out one time from the library, and I wanted to check it out because mainly it's about this girl who used to be a very popular girl. She was wealthy, popular, etc. And then some accident happened where her half of her face, I believe, got burnt. And now, I guess she's trying to live her life how she treated like a freak. So she is like, see how she treated as how she is now and stuff. So it's mostly like a tender hunting look of life after beauty. That's what it says on the back. So I guess she can say it's like a sense of like what's the real sense of beauty, I guess. It's a contemporary, and it seemed really interesting, so I can't wait to check this out. Next I got here is Hexed by Michelle Case, and this is the first book in this, I think it's, I don't know what it is, it's probably a series, and it's about witches. It's something witchy this way comes. It says something wicked this way comes. Oh, that's funny. So it's about Indigo Blackwood is a popular cheerleader with a football star boyfriend and cool friends. On the surface, her life looks perfect, but when a guy dies violently right before her eyes and an ancient family Bible is stolen, Indy's world spirals into darkness. Turns out Indy isn't just a normal teenager, she has a destiny, and it involves much more than pom-poms and parties. So it's something to do with a book. She had to find a book, and it's like the book. It depends on the book, and every witch in existence would die if the book is, I guess, seriously. I don't know. So yeah, it seemed like it's gonna be really interesting. I love witches, so it's a witchy book. So about witches. Next here I got here is Waiter Rant by the waiter Steve Dublanko. I don't know how to pronounce that name. It's right there. And this is, I don't know if this is a contemporary, or is it an actual story, but it's mostly about this waiter who, guess, mostly talks about, I think it's about, is this a guy? Yes, Steve. Steve is the waiter. So it's about this guy who I guess he's a waiter at some restaurant, and he's mostly gonna talk about the customers he encounters. So most of the customers, you can say that he said that are like polite, nice people, but they're always 20% of maladjusted psychopaths. So yeah, it seemed interesting. Well, I read the first page, and it's kind of inappropriate, so I won't say. Let me see. Is this the right one? Let me see. Is this the right one? So yeah, it was like the first chapter I read. There's a prologue in here, but the first chapter I read got a kind of inappropriate, and that's the reason why I picked it up. Alright, next we have books I got from Dollar Tree. So, the first book I got here is 5 Summers by Una Lamarche, or Lamarche? I don't know. That's a good. And I do not know what this is about. I don't know if this is like, alright, so it said 4 best friends, 5 summers of camp memories. I think there's probably like 5 stories in one. Maybe like 5 short stories, but I'm not really sure. It's a camp reunion. Best friends Emma, Skylar, Joe, and Maddie have all come back to camp for a weekend of tipsy canoe trips to the island, midnight skinny dipping in the lake, and an epic game of capture the flag, boys versus girls. But the weekend isn't quite as sun-washed as they imagine. So you have the different, I guess, different. I don't know. I think it's probably I don't know. I think it's just a full novel. I think it's just like have 5 perspectives or something like that, because I'm not really sure. So is this the first page? Cause I think that's all prologue. Prologue's not okay. Yeah, see. Prologue's not supposed to be that long. But anyway, so yeah, I don't know. I think it's a complete contemporary novel with, I think, different perspectives. So it's like a summer read. So it's decent condition and everything. Next I got here is Angel City by John Steele, and this is book 2 or part 2 of the Angelus trilogy. And I believe I got the first book of some random book I got from the thrift store called The Watchers. I have that because the covers kind of look similar, except for the other cover look kind of like a grayish blue kind of thing. So this is the first book. I do not know what it's about. It could be like a modern fantasy mythology I don't know. I just don't know. But it seemed really interesting. So I hope to read the first book and see what it's about. And see if I enjoy it or not. Next here I got is Futuristic, the Mammoth Book of Romance. And I believe this is an anthology of different romance authors and different romance stories. So yeah, I picked it up because I do enjoy romance, and it was $1, so yeah, why not? Next I got here is At Night We Walk in Circles by Daniel Alarcon. I don't think I pronounced that right. And I do not know what this is about either. I just picked it up because it's interesting. It's about Nelson. Life is not turning out the way he hoped. His girlfriend is sleeping with another man. His brother has moved away, leaving Nelson to care for their widowed mother, and his acting career can't seem to get off the ground. So I guess it's mostly about his life, like, not turning out the way he planned. And I don't know. Okay, until he lands a starring role in a some type of movie, probably. And I guess it's gonna turn his life around or something. I don't know. It seems interesting. So yeah, I hope to check this out soon too. It's just an adult fiction, contemporary kind of thing. Next I got here is How to Lead a Life of Crime by Kristen Miller. And this is about, I think, a school of how to be a villain or a killer. No. Yeah, how to be criminals, in a way. So, anywhere else, okay, meth dealer, prostitute, serial killer. Anywhere else, there be vermin. At the Mendel Academy, they call prodigies. The most exclusive school in New York City has been training young criminals for over a century. Only the most ruthless students are allowed to graduate. The rest disappear. So, let me see. Flick. What kind of name is Flick? Flick, a teenage pickpocket, has risen to the top of his class. But then Mendel recruits a fierce new competitor who also happens to be Flick's old flame. So, yeah, it's just about school of, like, creating criminals. Like, you train to become criminals. And that seemed interesting. And I've been wanting to get to check this book out too for a while too. So I finally got this now. So that noise just now is my heater over there. It's kind of chilly in my room, so I want to heat it up some. Next I got here is The Creature Department by Robert Paul Weston. And this is probably a middle grade book because, I mean, look at it. Look all fun and interesting. It got pictures also. Oh man, this looks so fun. I guess it's about creatures. Let me show you some pictures here. I do not know what this is about, but I will read inside for a moment. It's a tentacled, invented, gooey world in there. Elliot von Dobler and his friend Leslie think that nothing ever happens in Bickelberg, except inside the gleaming headquarters of Dinky 3000, the world's 8th largest electronic factory. But beneath the glass towers and glittery skywalks, there is a rambling old mansion from which all the company's amazing inventions spring forth. And no one except Uncle Archie knows what's behind the second to last door at the end of the hall. So I guess when they went inside, they found all these strange creatures at this factory, like some type of secret door, because that looks so cool. It looked interesting. I never even heard of this book or seen this book anywhere. So I do want to check this out. It looks really fun. So yeah, let me see what it looks like under it. Oh, I like the spine. The spine looks nice. Let me see. The spine looks nice. But yeah, that's all. So yeah, this seems like it's gonna be a real good book. I hope to enjoy it. And the last book I got from the Dollar Tree is Conversion, right, by Catherine Howell, something like that. And do not know what this is about. I've been wanting to get this book for a while too, and I believe this is about witches too, or something. I will read the flap. It's senior year at St. John's Academy, and school is a pressure cooker. College applications, the battle for valedictorian, deciphering voice text. Through it all, Colleen Rowley and her friends are expected to keep it together until they can't. First is the school queen bee, Clara Rutherford, who suddenly falls into uncontrollable tics in the middle of class. Her mystery illness quickly spreads to her closest clique of friends, then more students and systems follow. Seizures, loss, well, that's something. Seizures, hair loss, violent coughing fits. St. John buzzes with rumor. Rumor blossoms into full-blown panic. So is it some kind of pollution or is it fake? Who's been reading The Crucible? What? Only Colleen, who's been reading The Crucible for extra credit, comes to realize what nobody else has. Danvers was once Salem Village, where another group of girls suffered from a similar bizarre epidemic 3 centuries ago. Oh wow, that's interesting. I read that. I didn't read it, I don't think. I saw the movie in class in high school, and that's very interesting. So it's similar to the movie Crucible in the play. So that's interesting. It's kind of like it's something to do with witches, but not like witches. You know what I mean? It's like the witches back in those time, and those I don't know what to call it, but it's like really interesting, and it's some kind of, I guess it's some type of curse thing going on. It seems really interesting, so I hope to get into this. This seems really good, interesting. So yeah, and this is a nice clean cover too. So I might cut this here because I thought I might get through these one down here, but I might make this into a 3-part book haul. So I will just show you all these. I will show you this one in the next video, and I'll show you the other ones in another video. So yeah, so this is all. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please comment below. Tell me what you think of these books. If you read any of them, tell me what you think. Do not spoil anything. Like, subscribe, and I hope I see you again soon. Bye.